Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In the previous video we looked at simplifying surds, and again we're going to be delving a little bit deeper into that today. So let's start off with a recap of the last video. So I don't think I used this as an example in the last video, but I may have. Try simplifying the root of 800. Now I advise there that you pause the video and try that. So we want to split this up so that it's two numbers times together, and we want one of those to be a square number. So you could do 8 times 100. Now you might not see there that it's 8 times 100, maybe you think of it as 2 times 400 instead. 400 is of course 20 squared. This here is definitely the easiest approach, or certainly the most straightforward. So root 400 is simply 20, so that's just 20 root 2. This approach here, you will get the same answer, but you know, it's going to involve a couple more steps. So that there is 8 root 100, which is root 8 multiplied by 10, or 10 root 8. Now you might say, in fact I'll actually write that as 10 root 8. Now you might say that 10 root 8 and 20 root 2 aren't the same. Well, they certainly don't look the same, but they are. So I just know that root 8 is the same as 2 root 2. That's just something I remember. So that means that is 10 times 2 root 2, which is 20 root 2. Now you might be saying, okay, well, you know, I don't remember what root 8 is in terms of root 2. Well, that's fine, right? Let's work it out. Root 8, so we're looking to split that up into two numbers, one being a square number, so 2 times 4. 4 is the square number, so that's root 2 root 4, which is 2 root 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. So there we go. So it doesn't matter here, you know, what approach you take. And obviously you could have done 32 times 25 as well. That would have worked. Again, though, it would have been more steps. Eventually, though, you would have got the answer. 20 root 2 is equivalent to root 800. So in your GCSE exam, you're not going to be asked a question, or I should say it's unlikely that you're just going to be asked a question like this, where it just says simplify root 800. Maybe something that it will say is simplify root 18 plus root 50. Okay, so what you need to do here is you need to simplify each of these. And they will always arrange the question in such a way that they will both simplify to include the same square root. So you don't need to worry about, you know, oh, is this going to be in terms of root 2? How do I make that in terms of root 2? You know, do I make it out of root 3? You don't have to worry about any of that. So let's first focus on this root 18. So two numbers that times together, one of them being a square number. And I forgot to say there, but, you know, have a go at writing each of these and breaking them down just like this. So this here would be 9 times 2, which is root 9 root 2, which is 3 root 2. Okay, so let's try with this one. Okay, so now you need a square number. Square number there could be 25, so that would be root 25 times 2, which is the same as root 25 root 2, which is 5 root 2. And then here you see here that we have 3 lots of root 2 plus 5 lots of root 2, which overall comes to 8 lots of root 2. So there's one example. If anyone's thinking here, by the way, how I'm coming across, you know, using these specific numbers, I just have a sheet next to me that has lots of examples of these. A little bit rubbish on my part. I don't actually have the answers written down, so I'm actually working these out, you know, live as you watch. So let's try another example. Let's try 2 root 8 plus the root of 72. Okay, so this one here is a little bit different to the previous example, but not overly so. We focus on rewriting the root 8. Now I've already said that root 8 is 2 root 2, so that there will be 2 lots of 2 root 2. This, okay, well 72, how could you write 72 as the product of a square number and another number? Well, 36 and 2 gives you 72. So let's simplify all of this here. 2 times 2 gives you 4, so that there is 4 root 2. This will be root 36 root 2, and then that will then cancel down to 6. So that's 4 root 2 plus 6 root 2. And here, 4 lots of root 2 plus 6 lots of root 2 is 10 lots of root 2. And I'll go through one more example, and then I think I'll finish this video. Let's try one a little bit different. We'll go with 2 root 5 minus root 45 plus 3 root 20. Okay, well, should point out here, have a go at this, pause the video. I should point out here that root 5, well, 5 is a prime number, so that can't be split up. So that actually helps you out, because that tells you here that these two are also going to have to be in terms of root 5. Now, how do we do that? Okay, well, that's just going to stay the same, so I'll just leave that for a moment. Here, root 45, okay, so you need to think of a square number, in this case 9. 9 lots of 5, if I'm not mistaken, is 45. And here this 5, is going to help pair up with this. So this is going to be root 9 root 5, or 3 root 5. And this 2 root 5 here is going to be the same all the way down here. Okay, so now let's work on this one here. So we've got 3 lots of, think of a square number there that fits into 20. Well, root 5 does that job, and 4 is the square number. That's 3 root 5 root 4, and sorry about my handwriting getting a little bit messy here, but the edge of the table is just out of shot and my hand is starting to fall off the table. So that's going to be 3 root 4 is 2 root 5. This here will be 6 root 5. So we've got 2 root 5 minus 3 root 5 plus 6 root 5. So 2 root 5 minus 3 root 5 is minus root 5, plus 6 lots of it is 5. 5 root 5. And that there is the final answer. So 2 root 5 minus root 45 plus 3 root 20 simplifies to this here, which is nice and straightforward. So what I'll do here is I'll give you a couple of questions to try, and when I upload this video I'll make sure to put the answers to these questions in the video description. So I'll have a go at root 360, subtract 2 root 40, and also have a go at root 48, subtract root 27, and I'll give you one more. Let's try root 24 plus the root of 150 minus 2 lots of root 96. So have a go at those 3 questions there. I'll make sure to put the answers down in the description when I upload this video. So thank you very much for watching. Please comment down below if you'd like to see a different topic. If you have any specific questions, maybe you have an exam question, for example. It could be on Surds or it might be on another topic, that's fine. But please comment down below, because I'm making content for you guys in particular to help everyone in the GCSE and sixth form subreddits, as well as other people as well, if you manage to find me, some other way. I'm not making content for me, I'm making content for you guys, so please, give me a request of what you'd like to see and I'll try and get on to that as quickly as I can. But thank you very much for watching.